Hi, welcome parents. My name is Miss Estrada. I am your student's AP Human Geography teacher. I'm going to quickly go through this presentation for those of you that were unable to make it to back to school night and attend the live session. I didn't want you guys to miss out. Hopefully I can answer some of your questions. So just kind of a little bit of background on me. I do have a phone number that you guys can call and leave a message. The students can even text this message. It's school safe. The responses are recorded. So if that's okay with you, your students can text. But this is almost like for the kids, it's an urgent, hoping to get to me. But for you, you can leave a message and I can get back to you. So for parents, I would just suggest you make the phone call and leave a message, but students can text if there's an emergency, that they, have an issue with something like an assignment or something. My email address is there for you. That's my room number. Obviously, we're just distance learning this year, but that is my room number as well. And a little bit of background information on me. So some of you might be wondering what exactly is human geography. This is an AP course. Some of you are familiar with AP courses, some of you are not. It stands for Advanced Placement. So basically the students are working with college level information. They're using a college level textbook. If they pass the big exam in May, so when you take an AP class, there are exams that you can take in May. And if you pass it with a certain score, depending on the university that your student is going to, they might get course replacement, they might get credit. It just depends on the school that they want to go to. But yeah, it's advanced placement. So it's an opportunity to show that your child is taking a rigorous course right out the gate as soon as they get to high school, and it kind of puts them on the track for AP courses for the rest of their high school career. Now, I do want to just kind of give some perspective that I'm aware that your students are ninth graders. So I have 13 and 14-year-olds in this class. I teach the class accordingly. People have different philosophies on AP courses. Mine is, this is freshman year. Let's get them used to, college vocabulary and working collaboratively and advocating for themselves and getting organized and really trying to understand complex issues. If that doesn't translate to a passing grade on the AP exam in May, so be it. They're going to be better prepared next year for their AP exam in 10th grade. So this class really is about laying a foundation for your students to know what's expected of an AP course load and the kind of content they're going to be exposed to. So I do modify it. I know I have ninth graders, so I know who my audience is, but I still have high expectations of them behavior-wise, conduct-wise, completion rate on their activities. I expect them to do everything. I expect them to attend every session. I expect them to ask me questions when they're confused. I expect them to be productive, work collaboratively with their classmates, be supportive of one another, be critical thinkers. Like, I have all of these expectations of your students. Friday is the last day that they can drop for a transfer to another class this quarter. So please talk to your student if they aren't going to be able to handle the increased workload that's going to come with our next unit. They may need to transfer out. I don't think so. I think all the kids can handle it. I know some are struggling more than others. But just have an open and honest conversation with your students because it is going to start to get fast and furious in this class. But I think your student can handle it. These are the topics that we're going to cover, the different units that we have. Unit 1, thinking geographically. It's just basically the nature of human geography. Human geography is the study of how people are interacting on the Earth's surface with each other and with the environment. It's, the why of where things are. We look for patterns. We look for processes throughout the world. We look for, commonalities. We look into globalization. We look into just different patterns and different phenomena on the Earth's surface, whether that's natural and the humans interacting with that, or whether that's man-made and societies and cities and governments and things like that. Um, we look at population and migration patterns. We look at culture. So we look at religion, race and ethnicity, language, culture in general, like the difference between pop culture and folk culture. We look at political patterns and processes, so types of governments and how boundaries were created, and things like that. We look at agriculture and rural land use. So, why is the agriculture of a region the way it is? Where are the similarities? What has been what are the farming practices, how that impacts how society is within a certain region. We look at city and urban land use, urban planning, um, obstacles, consequences, the good and the bad of developing cities. We look at industrialization. We look at economics and economic development, why some countries are more advanced than others. Um, we look at policies on trade and things like that. So this is all human geography. It's not all about maps. Are maps important? Absolutely. We'll constantly be looking at maps and trying to figure data out. But we really want to understand. We want to be able to tell stories and understand and think critically about those stories and why things are happening where they're happening, and how decisions in one area of the world impact other regions. So that's basically what what we're looking at in human geography. So I hope that at least gives you a little bit of a taste of what your student will be working on this year. This class is 3 quarters. So just I know your counselor has already set up your student schedule, but I just wanted to let you guys know that it is 3 quarters or 3 terms. I know our schedule is a little bit different this year. If you've had older students come through our school, it looks a little bit different. But they are with me through quarter 3. And if they finish all 3 quarters and pass the class, they also earn their ethnic studies course requirement, which is a graduation requirement here at Oxnard High School. So we'll definitely infuse ethnic studies into our AP Human Geography. It is in many ways. So we'll just make sure that they get that component as well. So the class details on our school website, there is a button for teacher slides. And on the teacher slides, you can find my contact card with my contact information that I shared at the beginning of this presentation. And you can also find our weekly agenda link. Our weekly agenda is also posted on our Google Classroom. I'm only putting students in our Google Classroom. I'm not going to, clutter it up with a bunch of parents and guardians in the classroom as well. But the perfect workaround it for that is just have your student sign into the Google Classroom, and you can look at it. So you definitely have access to it, but I'm only enrolling your student in the Google Classroom. I know a couple people have asked about that because at the elementary schools, parents have been enrolled in those. That's not how I'm going to do things in my class. Again, this is an AP class, so I have high expectations. Your students need to be responsible. They need to be self-motivated. They need to handle their business and communicate with me. But of course you have access. Just have your student sign in and you can see everything. You can see all of our video content, all of our assignments, all of our notices, announcements, things like that. So you definitely have access. The policy that we've been working off of school-wide, district-wide really, is that all work for the week is due by Sunday evening. It doesn't mean I want your students working all day Sunday or even all day on the weekends. It's just we're extending that time because, it's my opinion that deadlines are important. I know in the real world you can get extensions. So in school you can get extensions as well. But if you don't meet your deadlines, work starts piling up and you end up not doing as good of a job as you could be. And then students get overwhelmed. So I tell the students that, you have plenty of time throughout the week to get your work done by Friday evening. Like your students should be done with everything for my class by Friday evening. If they need to use the weekend to finish some stuff up, cool, fine, awesome. They just need to have their assignments posted by Sunday evening. Now, is that to say like there were internet glitches and, family visiting and just craziness in the household and they had to turn their work in the following Monday or Tuesday? they're not going to get punished for that. If that becomes a habit and a red flag for me, I may call home and talk to you guys about it. But this is crazy times. So, I mean, there's flexibility for sure. I just want to make sure that the students are developing good patterns and not letting their work pile up on them. So, yeah, let's please try to get that work done on time. Students are expected to attend every meet. They're expected to communicate with their peers and myself, participate in discussions. We have some students that are being pretty shy. Instead of asking me questions by using their microphone on our meets, they're putting them in the chat, so I don't always see them. I want your students to feel empowered and feel comfortable in class to speak up. All they have to do is turn that microphone on and say, "Excuse me," and I'll get to them. So I really, it's in their best interest to make sure that they're talking in class. Like I want the kids talking. I want them asking questions. I want them working with one another. I don't want them silently hiding in the background because it's not going to benefit anybody. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of how I do things in class. But please, if you have any questions or concerns, just let me know. So AP exam details. Your student, if they want to take the AP exam, the deadline for registration is November 2nd. The other day, sometime this week, we enrolled in AP Classroom, which is the first step. At least they're enrolled. They have an account with the College Board. And if you want, you can just Google AP College Board and you can get a ton of information. If you are looking at this on your student's computer, you just have to click this link right here, visit the site. It takes you directly to it, and it'll give you any updates on the AP exam. Due to the pandemic, the AP exam structure is changing. It used to be 75 multiple choice questions and 3 what we call FRQs, which are free response questions, so short answer questions. It's usually like a page answer for a writing prompt. That's not how it's going to look this year. That's not how it looked last year. So all the updates will be coming and the kids will be notified as we go. We haven't spent a lot of time talking about the AP exam yet because we're just not there yet. But if you do want your child to take the exam, the deadline is November 2nd. I have those dates for you here. Our AP exam day is May 4th at noon. But in order to pay for the exam and register, make sure you do it by November 2nd. They can come to the school and do so between 8 and noon, Monday through Thursday. The fee is $95. If your family qualifies for free or reduced lunch, you need to fill out that paperwork just to verify. But if that's the case, I think the exam's between $15 and $25 for you. Okay, so if you do qualify for free or reduced lunch, you also qualify for a reduced exam fee. Everyone else, it's $95. Okay, and I think that's it. That's all I have for you tonight. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Call me if you need to. Give me a 24-hour turnaround. I was really bad, and I apologize, but I was really bad at the beginning of the school year. I think I missed a lot of emails. We got a ton of emails coming through and a new system, and I know that's no excuse, but please, if I haven't gotten back to you, please email me again. I do want to reach out to you and I do want to talk to you. And I apologize if I missed your email in the shuffle and the craziness of the start of the school year. But I'm pretty good about getting back to you with a 24-hour turnaround. Okay. Thanks for watching and giving me your time. Please make sure you communicate with your student that you guys are building that relationship around their academics because they're going to need your support. And like I said, just sign in with your students' information and you can see our Google Classroom. All right. Thank you.